Good morning, YouTubers, friends, and family. RVDebs here. I am in the truck. I am packed up, ready to go. Thought I'd start the video for now, right here. I have ice water, a couple of extra ice waters with the you know, what do you call them? Ice pack thingies. Yeah, Kathy packed me a little thingy for ice, and I got everything I could possibly need, really. Hold on a minute. Okay, so here we go, heading down the highway. Anyway, I'm so glad that I'm going. I am feeling better this morning. I was all hyped up yesterday. That's how I get, you know. But I've got directions and GPS and no problem. Thanks. I'll talk to you on the road. Yippee! Well, I am just about to Abilene. Not too far from Abilene. And I'm just going to keep on trucking because San Antonio is, I guess it's, I guess it's east, I don't know, southeast of Abilene, but you just keep driving. But I just wanted to tell you all that, you know, I was really filled with anxiety yesterday, almost all day, and although I kind of relaxed at night once everything was packed, and I'm feeling a lot better today, thank goodness. I haven't had anything to eat, or I tried making coffee, but it just sat there. So I figure when I get hungry on the road, I'm sure there'll be places to stop and get something to nibble on, but I'm not hungry. I got good ice water. It's smooth sailing, so far so good. And I'm about 4.5 hours from my destination, basically, which is not that far when you think about it. Sometimes that sounds like it's way too far, but right now it really doesn't. It's 10:45 a.m. I was up early, so I got a good start. I started right before 10, which is my goal. My goal was to leave at 10, and I did. Kathy, Mark, and I said some prayers together for me to have a safe trip and a good time. And a lot of times I'm in the truck here. Just to let you know, my husband, of course, this was his truck, my beloved husband, and he gave me a safety angel. It's up here, it's clipped up there. When Kat and I were traveling in our van doing arts and crafts shows, but now it's with me here, and I always feel like he's coming along too, you know, and I know that's what I feel, so it must be right. I've noticed that the cotton fields are green with little bitty white buds on top, and that gives me hope, because that means that autumn is coming. You know, that the change of weather is definitely going to happen. That's one of the things when I booked this trip, knowing that it was for like August, you know, a little past the middle of August, that this will break up August, and by the time I get home, we really only have about a week and a half left of August, and September starts. And September can be, you know, it's still probably still warm, but it gets cooler at night. It's different. And I'm really happy to see the cotton fields, because they were dry and they didn't look like anything just like a week ago, it seemed. Anyway, just, you know, I'm rambling on, but anyway, I am looking forward to just having a little vacation. It's been a long time, really. I haven't spent a night away from my dogs, my house, for like about a year, you know, just a little under a year. Someone said, why don't you go all the way to Mexico? You're right there, you know. I don't want to leave my dogs that long, to be honest. I wouldn't do that. You know, there'll be a time when I can take my dogs with me and go all over the place. I know that. It's not, this is just all temporary. My situation is, everybody's situation is temporary. You never know what tomorrow holds. But I really do feel like I'll be doing a lot more traveling in the future. And I'm hoping over the winter to get to meet up with more people from my subscribers, make new in-person friends, see places I've never been. So, it's you can make it as bright up the future as you want in your mind. Or you can be a bummer and say, no, I'm going to stay here and nothing's going to happen. I can't be like that. That would really fill me up with too much negative. I feel like I've got plenty of things to do in the future. So here I am. I've finally manifested a good little vacation. I've wanted to see San Antonio for a long time. I'm going to turn this off and start my music back up. We'll talk to you on the road a little bit later. Oops, there we go. Well, I'm past Abilene and headed to, I think the next town is Coleman, towards, of course, San Antonio. And 75 mile an hour is the limit, which is good because it was like 60 and 65 through Abilene. It got, there was some road work, of course. Well, I'm on 283 heading south and going 75 mile an hour, which is the speed limit at the moment. Of course, we have to slow up when we get into little towns. And I travel about 40 miles on this road. And that's what's going on. Okay, well, I'm almost to Fredericksburg. So I thought I would show you the area. I had to turn my phone off because it was like down to 13%. So now it's pretty charged up, thank goodness. And as I was driving, GPS no longer worked because there was no signal from my phone. I was offline. And I did not know where I was. I mean, it took me, I think I went a wrong way for about 20 miles and realized I hadn't turned around and went back. But anyway, now I'm fine. The phone's still offline. When we get to Fredericksburg, then the phones will start working again. But it's a weird feeling when you're on GPS and then it turns off. And you don't have a map, which I'm going to get a Texas map before I head home. Look at this little bridge. Wow. I crossed over the Colorado River earlier. And there's these really tiny highways, I mean small, that go up and down, way down, like to a dip where if there's a river on each side and it says it overflows. And I can imagine that it does. So I don't know what happened, how I took a wrong turn, but I got back on now, so I'm okay. Yeah, I'm about probably 20 miles from Fredericksburg. My phone still does not go online, but I know when I was in Fredericksburg last year, it worked fine. So anyway, I stopped at this little cafe to find out where I was and which direction I should go in. And they said, yeah, we hardly have phone here. I mean, whoa. Talk about being out in the country, out in the sticks. They were very sweet. Yep, Fredericksburg's this way. That's what it says. I wonder how many miles. Let's see. 31 miles. Okay. And we're just crossing Beaver Creek. Looks different around here, doesn't it? Not in Knox City anymore. It's completely different around here. They call it hill country, and there's lots of hills. hills and turns and twists, trees. It's pretty nice out. It's 95 degrees here. We're getting a cool front. Yay. It's 3:15 in the afternoon, my time. So I'm sure I have another 14 miles to Fredericksburg, and then another 45 minutes, I think, to San Antonio. And I have stopped a couple times. It's pretty out here. Okay, I've just passed Fredericksburg. I've got about 9 miles until I hit Highway 10 to San Antonio. So, yeah, it's pretty good. You know, when I lived in Florida, there was nowhere that you could get away from fast food. McDonald's and Taco Bell and Burger King and Wendy's and, you know, all those chains. I haven't seen one today. I was thinking I was going to maybe stop and get something, but I haven't seen one, like, fast food chain place. And I know Fredericksburg has a McDonald's, but I didn't see it because I wasn't, I guess, on the road. But it's just so weird to me that you can drive for hours and hours here in Texas and not see anything like that. Just mom and pop cafes, you know, that's it. Maybe a Sonic. I don't think I've even seen a Sonic since I left my area. And I just think it's crazy. Because, I mean, living in Florida, you know, you can't get away from the cement blocks, you know, blocks and blocks of stuff. But here in Texas, it's so spread out. I know that San Antonio is going to have everything. Just like Abilene has it all. But the in-between, from the big cities to the, you know, to the country and then to another city, there's nothing like that. Absolutely nothing. So, yeah, that's what I've noticed. That I didn't have the camera on in Fredericksburg because I had finally got GPS and I was about to, you know, start messing around. I had to keep going. Hopefully on my way back I can show a little of Fredericksburg because that's a really nice area. Lots of museums and art galleries and lots of restaurants and lots of people and souvenir shops and, you know, peaches. They sell peaches everywhere, and there's wineries. But right now I've got a goal in mind, so yeah, I'm gonna head myself right to San Antonio, pick up something for dinner, and straight for my hotel room to relax. This is what it's like to live in the city. And this is why I'm not living in the city, because it's so crowded. I get off at the next exit, but it's a slow process. Welcome to San Antonio. It is rush hour, so yeah, makes sense, I guess. But we never have this kind of traffic where I'm from. It's funny. I'm not used to it. Anyway, I thought I'd show you the bumper-to-bumper traffic trying to get off the highway here. It says I'm like 18 minutes from my destination, so I don't know, but I'm supposed to get off here, so I'm getting off. I will talk to you when I get to my nice little hotel. Well, this is the living room of my hotel. Tonight I'm at the Comfort Suites. I'm listening to Celtic Thunder. I'll be seeing them tomorrow. Anyway, I kind of messed up with the couch because it's got my stuff on it. It's got a fridge. It's got a microwave. Double sink. Nice bathroom. I just took a shower. Really nice bedroom and another TV. So, I like the door. Yeah. Anyway, it's comfy. I just took my shower. I am going to relax. It's been a busy day. And I'll see you all tomorrow when I'm out and about with my new friends. Checked into my hotel that I'm staying 2 nights at, Staybridge. This is really a nice room. It's got a little kitchen. Not that I'm going to cook, but very nice. Nice big king-size bed, a nice sofa, great desk. Can't say I'm unhappy with it at all. I love it. I even like it better than last night's room because it's, I don't know, it's more personal for one person. This is what I'm wearing today with some jeans, not, short capri jeans. We are in our little, what is this? What kind of car is this?
The CRV.
A CRV with Carolyn and Mike, and we're headed into town. So this is the first of us getting in the, we sat in the hotel and enjoyed a conversation for a little while, didn't we? Yep. Yep.
Yes, we did. Yep.
Okay, so off we go, and we'll talk to you when I get into something interesting. We are in the, what is this called, Riverwalk Mall? River City Mall. And I am with my friends. I'll show you them later. They're not really into being on camera anyway, so we're just gonna do that. But this is on the way to the boat. It's a regular mall. Alamo Market. To the boat. Yeah, going downstairs. Okay, I'll see you at, hey, we are on the boat here at Riverwalk, and I'm gonna let you see who I'm with. This is Mike and Carolyn, and they are my guided tour guides and friends. So we're not gonna be keeping them on camera because I don't even like to be on camera, so but we'll show you what's really interesting. But this is really
people per week in the water, just in this small section. They kind of attested that, kind of hinting that it had to do with the open container policy we have down here in the Riverwalk. And although that's not always the majority, those are usually the most exciting to watch. I think the people that have been drinking sometimes do some pretty crazy stuff. You get caught swimming in this river, it is a ticketable offense. The fine kind of goes up as your blood alcohol level does too. So I think the bigger the splash, the bigger the ticket. Most people nowadays, it's not because of drinking that caused the issue. Nowadays,
it's going to be nice.
It's going to be falling in because they're paying a lot more attention to their cell phone screen than where they're walking. But we always give people a couple of friendly pointers. First off, if you fall into our San Antonio River, skip that whole flailing the arms, splashing around, screaming for help stuff. It's never really worked down here anyways. Nobody's jumping in to rescue guys. They're just stopping to take pictures and make fun of you. The first thing you do is for services in German. This is kind of a fun one. My family actually helped the stonecutters on this project. They moved in the area in about 1866, and they, along with a lot of other German settlers, were coming to this area in pretty mass groups. So we got to a point where about 50% of the city was Spanish-speaking, and about 40% of the rest of it was German-speaking. So that was a world record time 51 years ago that still holds today. And they finished it just one day, less than 24 hours before the World's Fair ceremonies would start off. So pretty amazing on the dramatic time of opening that up. The city's kind of been known for that one ever since then too. But now when we started building out the city park, we included this theater here, the Arneson River Theater. It has seating for about 800 people in those grassy steps to my left, and on my right, a stage that's been used for everything from quinceañeras and weddings, concerts and plays, dance groups. The movie Miss Congeniality, we had Sandra Bullock walking across that stage, kind of strutting all the way until the end when she kind of splashed off the edge into the water. So we've had a lot of fun times in there. During the summertime, our big show, the Fiesta Noche de Rio, has been going on for 68 years now. They've been doing this big outdoor show with flamenco-style dancing on the stage, mariachis playing to the audience. They've been doing that for quite a long time, and that is a big fundraiser, too. 100% of all proceeds to that event going to support local children's charities. So it's definitely a fun time if you get a chance to come by and check that one out this weekend.
Beautiful here.
These waterfalls were added in not too long ago just to kind of help aerate the water, keep it cooler, kind of freshen it up for the fish as well. But come around this corner, we'll get to see the big bronze statues to the right. This is part of the Briscoe Western Art Museum, an art museum that take the place in this building that started off in 1930 in an Art Deco design as a first downtown public library in the city of San Antonio. The art museum has full of art, but it also has some really cool Western locks up here. She locks up just about every type too. But the goal is that people are trying to duplicate the love locks that you hear of in Paris, where they've been doing this for about 300 years. The love locks are you take the key from the lock, hold it between you and that loved one, and a kiss from opposite sides. After kissing the key, you throw it out into the water. Once that key is in the water, now that lock is supposed to represent your love and your commitment to each other that can never be undone. You've literally thrown away the key. That's a very important part of that symbolic gesture that somehow was missed when it came overseas. And here in Texas, we haven't been able to cut in that tradition. A lot of people eventually, the longest day of the summer, their shadow would get within about 3 feet of the walls of the Alamo. People were pretty impressed at how close they had engineered it. The engineers claimed that they had no idea how close they really got. That people wouldn't believe it if they told them.
This is a real treat.
They were granted an exemption to the shadow rule 1 year later on that longest summer day. The city allowed them to, at the end of the day, to go up to the top of the roof armed with a 1-inch tall wooden block, stacking it on the very top corner. The edge of that roof was enough to put about 6 inches of shadow across the edge of the Alamo. They engineered that building 16 stories tall with a 1-inch variance from being torn down that first year. So pretty confident in their math skills, as you can imagine. But now this area, we're going to get into a lot more of our restaurants too. So this is always a popular spot, not just for us to come out and eat, but you'll notice a lot more of the fish in the water, ducking around underneath the ducks that are kind of begging for the chips down here. The fish are pretty quick on following them around, and anything you throw into the ducks that they don't get quick enough, those fish will kind of come up and scoop those up. So we have a lot of tilapia in this area, getting anywhere from 5, 6, even 8 pounds is the big ones that we see. They're oftentimes just kind of lingering in the shadows, pretty close to the surface right about now. But there are signs throughout the Riverwalk asking us not to feed the birds, as you can see. But obviously, this is a tradition that we've been doing for quite a while. Now these ducks have learned that they can be pretty bold if you're not willing to feed them quick enough when they're kind of sitting around quacking at you. They've been known to walk around underneath the tables and peck on your shoes if you don't give them chips fast enough. So of all the traditions we have, we also have the mariachis that started playing down here after the first restaurant had opened. It's kind of a fun way to get serenaded at your meal tonight.
Pretty nice. Hope you're all enjoying this. That is we're passing the Alamo right now. It's beautiful. Okay, well, we've seen the Alamo on video. I got it. We're going. Where are we going? We're going to Market Square. So that's the next destination. This is Tiara Mia. How do you say it? Mia Tiara. It's a beautiful restaurant. We're gonna have a little. I forgot to show you what it looked like before I destroyed it, but it's a beef taco salad, and he had one, and she had an enchilada. And I'm not showing us while we eat, but it's a really pretty place. Very Mexican, very colorful. Now, okay. I had a fantastic day with Mike and Carolyn. We enjoyed ourselves. The boat ride was just great. Loved it. This is the view from my window. I'm on the 3rd floor. Yeah, it was really nice. And then we went to Market Square, which is basically like going to Little Mexico. And it was fun. And I had a lovely taco salad. And what else? Let's see. Lots of conversation, definitely. We really definitely clicked. And I bought some really pretty, house numbers. They were like Mexican tiles that fit in this hanging thing, and I'll have to show it to you guys when I get home. Anyway, I bought them a gift because I love them so much. And I got vanilla, little bottles of vanilla too, 3 of them, because they have pure vanilla and from Mexico. It's really inexpensive and it's delicious. Anyway, I'm hanging out I will talk to you tomorrow.